Ladies and gentlemen, champions in the making, listen closely. Before you let another year slip through your fingers, I want to shake your soul awake with the truth you've been avoiding. Time is not waiting for you. The calendar will turn, the clock will tick, and the months will disappear whether you take action or not. The question is, will you be the same person 365 days from now, or will you finally become who you were meant to be? You must take possession of your own mind before you can take possession of anything else. And that's the war you're in right now. The battle for your mind, not the world's economy, not your competition, not the opinions of your family or friends. You are fighting the enemy called procrastination, fear, and comfort. You say you want success. You say you want freedom. But your actions whisper, I want ease. I want safety. I want to stay the same. And that mindset, that is how people die long before they're buried. A slow death of wasted potential and ignored dreams. How many more Januaries will you promise change? And Decembers will you regret? You already know what you need to do. You already have the ideas, the dreams, the plans. But what's killing you isn't ignorance, it's inaction. Napoleon Hill wrote, ideas are the beginning points of all fortunes, but ideas are useless unless they are put into action. So here's your wake-up call. No one is coming to save you. No perfect moment is arriving. No year will magically change your life. Unless you change it, decide right now that this will be the year you stop talking and start doing, the year you stop hiding and start building, the year you stop scrolling and start creating, the year you refuse to die with your music still inside you. Burn the bridges behind you. Make it painful to retreat. Sacrifice the short term for the vision that sets your heart on fire. Work when you don't feel like it. Show up when it's hard. Discipline yourself into the person you dream of being. Because the truth is, 1 year of focused, relentless action can change everything. Your income, your mindset, your relationships, your future. But only if you stop wasting time and start making decisions with purpose. Time waits for no one. It does not pause for your excuses, your doubts, or your fears. It does not care if you are ready. Every second you hesitate, every moment you waste is a moment gone forever, never to return. This truth is one of the most powerful and sobering realities of life, yet it's often ignored until it's too late. Most people live as if they have unlimited time. They delay the pursuit of their dreams. They postpone taking risks. They wait for the right moment, a moment that never comes. A moment that never comes. They keep telling themselves, I'll start tomorrow or I'll do it next month. But time keeps moving, and with each passing day, they drift further away from who they could have been. Napoleon Hill taught that success is only given to those who take immediate action. The dreamers who wait become prisoners of regret, but the ones who act, even when they're uncertain, become the creators of their destiny. You cannot control the clock, but you can control what you do with the time you've been given. You have 86,400 seconds each day. Use them or lose them. The truth is, time is not the enemy, it's the revealer. It shows who is serious and who is just talking. It exposes the difference between a wish and a decision. Those who value time, who move with urgency, who act even when it's hard, these are the ones who rise, who succeed, who make a mark on the world. Look at the last year of your life. Be honest. How much time did you waste in doubt, fear, overthinking, or waiting for motivation? How many opportunities passed you by because you were too slow to act? The time you lost is gone, but what you do now can change what's ahead. Time will pass anyway. Whether you hustle or hesitate, the days will go by, but the outcome will be completely different. One leads to growth, progress, and power. The other leads to regret, frustration, and wasted potential. You must decide which path you will walk. Every great person you admire understood this truth. They moved with purpose. They didn't have more time. They just treated time with greater respect. They didn't sit around waiting for permission or perfect conditions. They acted, they failed, they learned, and they moved again. Because they knew that time rewards the bold, not the lazy. You cannot rewind the clock, but you can rewrite your future. That starts with a decision to stop wasting time and start using it. From this moment forward, act like your life depends on it, because it does. Don't waste another hour, let alone another year. Time is moving. The only question is, are you? Your mind is the battleground where every victory and every defeat is decided before it ever happens in the physical world. It is the place where your beliefs, your fears, your habits, and your confidence collide daily. If you conquer your mind, you conquer your life. You conquer your life. But if you let your mind go undisciplined, negative, and chaotic, it will become your greatest enemy. Most people think that success is about working hard on the outside, getting the right job, building a business, achieving goals. But what they don't realize is that the biggest fight is internal. Every day, your mind is whispering either possibility or limitation. It is telling you that you can or convincing you that you can't. And whatever voice you feed is the one that wins. Napoleon Hill often emphasized the power of thought. He said that all success begins in the mind. Every invention, every fortune, every transformation started first with an idea and a belief in that idea. But here's the catch. Your mind will either create empowering thoughts that push you forward or destructive ones that hold you back. It depends on what you allow in and what you allow to stay. Fear, doubt, insecurity, laziness, procrastination, these are not just habits. They are enemies that live inside your mind. And the only way to defeat them is through awareness and discipline. You must train your thoughts like a warrior trains for battle. You must feed your mind daily with positivity, faith, determination, and purpose. Otherwise, your mind will be hijacked by negativity and mediocrity. The most dangerous thing is not what people say about you. It's what you say to yourself. If your inner voice is always criticizing, always second guessing, always doubting, then you are fighting a war with no armor. You will lose to yourself before life even tests you. But when your inner voice is strong, confident, focused, and relentless, no storm on the outside can break you. The mind does not become powerful by accident. It becomes powerful by repetition, by choosing faith over fear, by choosing courage over comfort, by choosing growth over excuses. Every time you decide to think positively when it's easier to complain, every time you decide to act when you're afraid, every time you rise instead of retreat, you are winning that mental war. It doesn't matter how much talent you have, how many resources, or how many opportunities you are given. If your mind is weak, you will waste it all. But if your mind is strong, you can start with nothing and build greatness from the ground up. So guard your mind like a fortress. Speak power into it daily. Train it with discipline. Feed it with truth. Because your mind is either a battlefield where you lose everything or the birthplace of everything you were born to become. The choice is yours. Win the war within, and the outside world will follow. Ideas without action are worthless. They may sound beautiful in your mind. They may even feel powerful when you write them down. But until they are acted upon, they are nothing more than unfulfilled potential, dreams with no legs, visions with no path, intentions with no impact. The world is full of people with great ideas, but only a few have the courage and discipline to bring those ideas to life. Napoleon Hill famously said, "Ideas are the beginning points of all fortunes." But he didn't stop there. He warned that unless those ideas are transformed into action, they are as useless as a seed never planted. A seed contains all the potential to become a tree, but if it sits in your pocket, it will never grow. In the same way, an idea sitting in your mind is powerless until it is planted in reality through action. People often fall in love with thinking. They talk about what they could do, what they might become, how things will change someday. But thinking is not doing. Planning is not progress. Wishing is not building. We must never confuse motion with movement. A plan not followed by execution is simply an illusion of progress. The reason many never move beyond the idea stage is fear. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of making mistakes. But what they fail to understand is that action is the only way forward. You don't need to know every step. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to begin. Action creates momentum, and momentum breeds clarity, confidence, and results. Every invention, every business, every transformation started with someone doing something. The Wright brothers didn't just dream of flying, they built wings and tested them. Thomas Edison didn't just imagine light. He failed thousands of times until he succeeded. These people didn't wait for permission or perfection. They honored their ideas by putting them into motion, no matter the risk. Ideas on their own are cheap. The world is filled with people talking about big plans and doing nothing. What's rare is the person who wakes up early, stays up late, pushes through resistance, and takes daily steps toward their vision. That's the person who changes their life. And sometimes the world. Execution is everything. You don't need 1,000 ideas. You just need one powerful idea acted upon with relentless focus. It's not about how big your vision is. It's about how committed you are to turning that vision into reality, day by day, step by step. So stop overthinking. Stop waiting for the perfect time. Stop convincing yourself you're not ready. The longer you wait, the further your dream drifts. If you want something different, you must do something different. Ideas are the spark, but only action lights the fire. Remember, your life won't change because of what you think. It will change because of what you do. No one is coming to save you. Not your parents, not your friends, not your boss, not your government. As harsh as it may sound, it is one of the most liberating truths you will ever embrace. The sooner you stop waiting for someone to fix your life, open the door, or hand you an opportunity, the sooner you'll take back your power. We are conditioned from a young age to believe that someone will come along to rescue us from pain, from poverty, from failure. But life doesn't work that way. Doesn't work that way. Nobody's going to magically appear to carry you to your dreams. If you want freedom, success, growth, or healing, you're going to have to get up and fight for it yourself. Napoleon Hill taught that self-reliance is the foundation of all success. When you believe others are responsible for your future, you give them control over your destiny. But when you realize it's all on you, your effort, your decisions, your discipline, you take full ownership of your life. That's where your true strength begins. Waiting is a silent killer. Waiting is a silent killer. People wait for the perfect time, the perfect partner, the perfect idea, the perfect conditions, but perfection never comes. And in that waiting room of life, dreams die. The people who rise are the ones who start with what they have, where they are, and build from there. It's easy to blame circumstances. It's easy to say you didn't get support or that life isn't fair. But blaming others keeps you stuck. The truth is, your progress is your responsibility. Your choices shape your reality. Every excuse delays your breakthrough. Every delay pushes your dream further out of reach. No mentor, no book, no amount of motivation will work unless you do. Help may come along the way, yes, but help only finds those who are already moving. If you stand still, waiting, you will be passed by. The doors don't open just because you knock. Sometimes you have to kick them down. Sometimes you have to build your own. This truth doesn't mean you're alone. It means you're powerful. It means you don't have to depend on luck or hope or handouts. You have the ability right now to start, to decide, to take the first step. You are capable of far more than you realize, but no one can do the work for you. The people who win in life are those who stop looking for rescue and start creating their own path. They don't whine, they work. They don't complain, they commit. They don't wait, they move. They move. And in doing so, they create momentum, purpose, and power that no one can take from them. So let this be the moment you wake up. Stop waiting to be saved. Be your own rescue. Be your own solution. Be your own revolution. Because no one is coming but you. You are more than enough. 1 year of relentless focus can change everything. Just 12 months of consistent, intentional effort can take you from overlooked to unstoppable, from lost to laser-focused, from average to extraordinary. The reason most people never experience this kind of breakthrough is simple. They never give anything their full attention for long enough to see it transform their lives. We live in a world of distractions, social media, entertainment, opinions, excuses. They all pull your attention in 1,000 directions. But success doesn't live in distraction. Success lives in depth. It lives in discipline. It lives in the decision to commit to something long enough that it becomes a part of who you are. Napoleon Hill wrote that a concentration of effort is the beginning of mastery. 1 year of total commitment to a single goal without quitting, without letting emotions control you, without being sidetracked by the noise, can put you light years ahead of where you are today. The problem is not that it takes too long to succeed. The problem is that people keep starting and stopping, changing paths, doubting themselves, and wasting time. Imagine what could happen if you truly focused for 1 year. If you decided to wake up early, train your mind, control your habits, study your craft, and take bold, fearless action every single day, what would your body look like? What would your finances look like? What kind of confidence would you walk with? You don't need 5 years. You need just 1 year of refusing to give up. When you focus, energy gathers. When you focus, clarity sharpens. When you focus, progress accelerates. Focus turns average efforts into mastery. It turns small steps into unstoppable momentum. But it requires saying a no to a lot of things that don't serve your vision. It means sacrificing comfort. It means giving up short-term pleasures for long-term purpose. Most people want results, but they're not willing to put in the level of commitment required. They want success, but they want it on their terms, without the discomfort, without the discipline, without the sacrifice. That's why most people stay stuck in the same place year after year. They try everything a little, but master nothing deeply. But you are not most people. You have the ability to lock in, to cut out the noise, to set a goal and pursue it with tunnel vision. You don't need more time. You need more intensity with the time you already have. You need to treat the next 365 days like they are the most important year of your life. Everything can change in a year. Your income, your health, your habits, your mindset, your confidence, your entire direction in life. But only if you commit, not halfway, not sometimes, but with relentless daily focus. So decide, commit, lock in for 1 year, and watch how the impossible becomes inevitable.